Have you ever wondered what lies hidden within the 95% of the Amazon rainforest that remains untouched? Perhaps, in the darkness of the deep forest, some giant snake species that science believed to be extinct still exist silently. Giant root systems, gloomy swamps, and secluded rivers seem to offer them a world of their own, a place where light is scarce and strange sounds surround them. Imagine these colossal creatures observing us from the misty shadows of the rainforest. Come, let's explore. 7 species of giant snake. Extinct species may still be lurking deep within the Amazon rainforest. Number 7. The giant Gigantophus snake. In 1916, archaeologists found giant vertebrae in Egypt belonging to a species, Gigantophus garstini. Fossils show that this snake once grew to be 9 meters long, almost 3 times the size of the largest pythons today. But if Gigantophus lived in ancient North Africa, how could he be connected to the Amazon today? According to some scientific theories,
50 million years ago, the world had bridges connecting land. Jupiter and the South American continent were once closer. So it's possible that the ancestors of this species migrated to South America. This snake consumed giant reptiles during the Eocene epoch. Scientists believe that as the climate changed and temperatures dropped, Gigantophus also disappeared. However, many indigenous fishermen still tell stories about this species.
Matador, a ferocious giant snake, once swallowed an entire cow whole. According to ancient accounts, they saw enormous footprints deeply embedded in the mud, and a cow mysteriously disappeared by the riverbank. While science hasn't confirmed this, the story raises a question. Could giant snakes like Gigantophus still be lurking along the Amazon rivers? And even more surprisingly, what else could those footprints represent? Number 6. The giant Matsoya serpent. In the late 19th century, paleontologists in South America discovered bizarre Paleocene bones. They resemble those of snakes. Marsoidae, a species of Marsoya, once reached lengths of 7 to 8 meters, larger than even the modern-day giant boa. Its shape resembles a camel without a hump, with a long neck and a large mouth designed to hurt prey. This snake lived in prehistoric South America, hunting young crocodiles, wild boars,
and even giant elephant seals. Scientists believe that with the arrival of the Miocene, the South American continent became saturated with wetlands and then gradually dried up, causing the Matsoya to become extinct. However, stories of this giant snake are still passed down throughout the Amazon, found in ancient texts. Legend tells of indigenous Peruvians drawing creatures with 3 fingers and a strange snout on cave walls, resembling the creature they had witnessed.
They called it the 3-fingered ghost snake. Modern explorers have found these millennia-old drawings, showing that prehistoric people accurately depicted the Matsoya snake with its 3 armored legs and long neck. Did the Matsoya become truly extinct, or are they simply hiding somewhere deep within the Amazon? Strangely, these drawings lead people to believe that these creatures once existed alongside our human ancestors. And what other secrets await revelation?
Number 5. Titanoboa snake. In 2009, in a coal mine in Colombia, workers stumbled upon a vertebra as long as a dinner plate. Paleontologists identified it as belonging to Titanoboa ceruginoensis, the largest snake ever known. Calculations suggest that Titanoboa was up to 12 to 15 meters long and weighed around 1,100 kilos, heavier than a small car. With a body of that size, it could wrap around and constrict anything large in the forest. This snake lived about 60 million years ago,
when the Earth's climate was hot and humid, with average temperatures around 32 to 33 degrees Celsius, hotter than the Amazon today. Scientists believe that as the Earth cooled, Titanoboa could not survive and eventually became extinct. But there's something puzzling. Why do stories from the Amazonian indigenous people still survive to this day? Many tribes in the Negro River region of Peru still pass down these stories orally. It was quiet, mother of the water, a giant water snake with eyes that gleamed brightly at night. They say that at sunset, a colossal serpent lurked at the mouth of a stream. its luminous eyes gazing up at the nearby canoe. The story also speaks of the creatures growling in the swamp, capable of making mountains and rivers tremble. Assuming Titanoboa hasn't truly disappeared, but merely hidden deep within the Amazon rainforest, why would it leave the warm swamps of the Amazon?
Many wonder, did Titanoboa simply remain silent, avoiding the lights of nighttime aircraft or explorers? And if it still exists, are there other snakes lurking in the jungle?
Number 4. Cobra Grande, Boyuna. Among the riverside villages of Brazil, the story of the child Boiana, or Cobra Grande, the great serpent, is a story told and retold. It is believed that Boyuna is the largest black serpent in the Amazon rivers. At night, it can transform into various forms to frighten strangers. Sometimes a floating canoe, other times a mysterious woman. Some stories say Boyuna slithers across the river, leaving large ripples that resemble its tail,
Even though the creature itself is invisible. No one knows whether Boyuna is real or just a mythical creature, but the common thread is that the oral accounts are terrifying. Amazonian tribes, separated by thousands of miles and speaking different languages, tell the same story of Cobra Grande, a giant serpent impervious to ordinary weapons. Ancient hunters avoided the area believed to be its territory. Interestingly, whenever the water level rises after the rain,
many people hear a terrifying roar coming from the river, like a giant creature breathing. Cobra Grande snake. Is it just a myth, or is it the remains of a giant, armored, prehistoric serpent, something science has never found? And what even more horrifying things will unfold? Number 3. Fawcett's giant anaconda. By the early 20th century, the famous explorer Percy Fawcett recounted a terrifying encounter with ancient anaconda in the Amazon rainforest. He recounted. He said that during one expedition he shot a giant anaconda slithering along the riverbank. As the animal struggled, he estimated it to be about 19 meters long, more than twice the size of any giant python today. The snake he encountered was clearly much larger. He described its body wrapped tightly around the hull of the exploration boat, its massive form causing the bottom of the boat to tilt as if struck by a heavy object. After the shot, he picked up a piece of the snake's skin and noticed a terrible stench emanating from it, which he believed was the paralyzing sign that paralyzed the prey. Rumors of this gigantic anaconda spread throughout the Amazon. Many believed Fawcett had created the myth, but indigenous hunters often mentioned enormous traces in the swamps, wheel tracks dug deep into the mud, long trenches resembling those left by pythons. There were accounts that the Brazilian Border Commission heard indigenous people speak of an anaconda measuring over 24 meters in length, twice the size of the one Fawcett shot. Hundreds of objective accounts of this monster anaconda made many scientists wary. Modern anacondas average 6 to 7 meters in length,
rarely reaching 9 to 10 meters. But some wonder, could a hidden corner of the Amazon still harbor a colossal species of anaconda from another era, unnoticed by us?
Number 2. Yakumama snake, mother of the rivers and waters. According to Peruvian legend, it was quiet. Yakumama, meaning mother of water in Quechua, is a monstrous creature that lives in the remote upper reaches of the Amazon. They say Yakumama is a giant water snake so enormous it can swallow anything that passes within 100 paces of it. To ward off Yakumama, fishermen often blow large conch shells when going out to sea. The sound is believed to make the snake emerge from the water. Witnesses reported seeing, in the darkness of the remote rivers, a huge jet of water erupting each time Yakumama breathed, and dark, shadowy objects appearing and slithering on the water's surface. The accounts describe Yakumama as a shimmering green in the moonlight, with an incredibly long body. Oral accounts suggest it could be 50 meters, over 160 feet, or more in length. Some ancient Amazon cliff paintings even depict a giant serpent-like creature devouring small boats. The most terrifying aspect of Yakumama is its roar, which silences the entire forest when it emerges from the water. Is Yakumama just a fairy tale, or is it a living embodiment of Titanoboa or an unnamed species of serpent?
And why do people keep recounting these terrifying stories as if they truly haunt us to this day?
Number 1. The Amazonian Black Serpent, the ultimate destroyer. The number 1 spot goes to Amazon Black Serpent, a mysterious, legendary creature with no official name. Indigenous stories describe it as one of the most terrifying snakes, larger than the Yakumama or Cobra Grande. It is described as having an unimaginably long body covered in shiny black scales and possessing flexible claws rather than the smooth talons of ordinary snakes. People in the Amazon region say the black demon snake roams the water at night, leaving powerful swirling vortices instead of making any sound. The stench emanating from it is so strong it can cause dizziness. A Brazilian fisherman once claimed that half his boat was torn apart near shore, seemingly by a powerful underwater impact. Exploration records indicate that in the 1980s there was a blurry photographic document of 2 red eyes glowing in the darkness, illuminating a long, scaly head. Dozens of people deep in the Amazon rainforest have also reported seeing 2 enormous front legs coiled on riverbanks, resembling an ancient reptile. Although no remains have been found, these accounts are too vivid to ignore. The Amazonian black serpent, if it exists, could be a descendant of a species that roamed the earth since the Ice Age. It is the most terrifying fear in the darkest nights of the jungle.
Could the Amazon be hiding a 4 to 5 ton creature observing us through the pitch black night?
So we have just reviewed 0.7 species of giant snakes. Once extinct, they may still be hiding in the Amazon rainforest. The Amazon holds many secrets. Perhaps the story doesn't end here. Which of these snakes do you think still exists? Comment your opinion below. If this content gives you goosebumps, don't forget to click like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. And now,
Protect yourself. Don't risk going into the deep forest alone. Always be curious, but never underestimate the mysteries beneath the Amazon rainforest.